Hi, I'm Hoosfoos McCave. Today we begin a Let's Play of Disco Elysium, a wonderfully odd RPG released a few years ago. As you can see, we play a detective with a unique skill system at our disposal and a whole city block to carve our path across. We can interrogate unforgettable characters, crack murders, or take bribes, become a hero or an absolute disaster of a human being. We'll start by creating a custom character, and I can tell you right now he is already a disaster of a human being. The only question is whether he can also become a hero. Character creation will be fairly quick, but if you prefer to skip it, hit the chapter marker below. And while you're hitting things, why not hit that like button? And maybe the subscribe one too. Thanks. Now let's go make a character. Here we are at the abilities screen. A Disco Elysium character has 4 abilities. Intellect, raw brain power, how smart you are. Psyche, sensitivity, how emotionally intelligent you are. Physique, your musculature, how strong you are. And motorics, your senses, how agile you are. Each ability can range from 1, terrible, to 6, genius level, and we have 8 points to distribute among them. Disco Elysium is similar to a tabletop RPG in that it performs skill checks using 2 6-sided dice, with the associated ability value acting as a bonus to the dice roll. The character I have in mind is flamboyant, kind of spacey, creative, and prides himself on being enigmatic. Whether he is actually enigmatic or just unhinged is an open question. As we will see on the following screen, the 4 abilities each underpin 6 skills. After reading through all the skills, I concluded that this distribution of ability points best captures the character I just described. Okay, on to skills. Here we are at the skills screen. As I mentioned, each ability underpins 6 skills for a total of 24 in-game skills. Unlike a normal RPG, where it is kind of obvious what attributes like strength, dexterity, and intelligence do, the skills associated with each of Disco Elysium's 4 abilities vary quite widely. For example, you might assume that a high physique means you're strong and can take a beating. While that is true, would you expect that it would also make you streetwise to the point of being unable to hear anything but the voice of the city? That's the Shivers skill. Similarly, it's obvious that a high motorics would translate to great hand-eye coordination, allowing for better throwing and shooting and such. But it is also the basis for the interfacing skill, which makes you a master of machinery, able to pick locks and to play instruments. The skills associated with intellect and psyche similarly cover a wide gamut. While this screen presents a ton of information, we only get to make a single choice, what we want our signature skill to be. For our flamboyant, creative, enigmatic guy, the only reasonable choice is drama. So that is what we will pick. And that's it. Our character is created, and we are ready to begin. Before we go, though, I want to demonstrate some of Disco Elysium's funky flavor by checking out the description of drama, our signature skill. Cool for undercover cops, thespians of the stage, psychopaths. Drama urges you to treat the world as a stage, and on it to perform. It enables you to lie, to concoct the most elaborate and wonderful stories, to take on ingenious personas and perform acts of stagecraft in an entertaining amalgam of fourberie and deceit. As well, it enables you to see through would-be actors and their false antics. If they lie, you'll know, immediately. At high levels, drama may render you an insufferable thespian, one prone to hysterics and bouts of paranoia. For to know the world is a stage is to know that truth is a vanity. However, with low drama, you cannot lie, or discern when others lie, and a cop who can't do either is a cop who's soon going to be lying 6 feet under. Every one of the 24 skill descriptions offers a similar amount of flavor, and also details exactly what it means if you have too much or too little ability in that skill. If you would like me to cover all the skills in depth, and also to explain why I distributed our ability points the way I did, I'd be happy to do so. Just drop a comment below. And with that, let's start playing Disco Elysium. The Furies are at home in the mirror. It is their address. Even the clearest water, if deep enough, can drown. R.S. Thomas. For those of you who skipped past the character creation, welcome back. Before we begin, you should know that Disco Elysium is a dialogue-heavy game with full voiceover. That's one of the many reasons it won a heap of awards. I'll do my best to not talk over the characters, but I often lack impulse control. And let's begin.
There is nothing, only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it, no larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever.
Never ever?
Never, ever, ever, baby.
Simply keep on non-existing.
An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
What was that about X something?
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful, a ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
No, I wanted to know about the X something.
Ex-love, ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. Sail with me through the abyssopelagic zone.
Alonzi, never let me go.
Alright. Nothing town to fuck all borough.
Yeah, let's visit the ancient Zero home.
Great choice, Elder One. It has always been like this, and it always will.
Don't stop, keep singing. Sing me the song of death.
The song of death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere in the sore, bloated man meat around you. A sensation. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
Mother help me, there's a head attached to my neck and I'm in it.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache.
Help! Someone! Cut my head off, it's trying to murder the rest of me.
A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
Somehow, you know what it is. A caprice Kanema motor carriage.
Open our eyes. Okay. Here we are. An obviously very sexy dude. So, other than looking at character abilities and skills, I know next to nothing about this game, so we will be discovering it together. If you've played Disco Elysium, or even if you have not, please feel free to offer suggestions in the comment section. Thanks! Now, let's see if we can find this guy some clothes before YouTube decides he's just too nasty to be on their platform. Okay, well, let's get these pants. These are clearly pants. Let's take that. Oh, it does something. Flare-cut trousers. We've got pants on, so now we're not nearly as gross. Flare-cut trousers, -1 savoir-faire, and +1 electrochemistry. So it looks like it's color-coded. You can see it all over here. So yellow is motorics, and this pinkish red is physique. All right, let's see what other clothes we can find. Maybe a shirt would be excellent. Oh, hold on, yellow thing.
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants.
Fish them out.
It says, whirling in rags, on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door.
Okay, cool.
The Whirling in Rags is a hostel cafeteria on the urban coast, frequented by dock workers.
So this encyclopedia thing is like, I think it's kind of like a knowledge thing. And since we have a good intellect, I think we're probably going to succeed on a lot of these encyclopedia things. Should hopefully give us some good color for the world in which this game takes place. Okay, it looks like we've got a shirt over here. Oh, it's a disco ass blazer. All right. Let's see what else we've got. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I can hit tab to highlight things. You can see there's something over here. And looks like we have a shoe over here. And then there are these things that are there anyway. But this looks like a shirt. So why don't we take that? Mm-hmm. White satin shirt. Okay, so looks like we're fully dressed now. Let's see if I can rotate him a little bit. Oh, there he is. Yeah, so there we go. He's clearly got a hangover, though. He's not doing well. And then these clothes give us a bunch of different bonuses. I don't know how often these things are going to come up, but we'll see. And then, is that a tie? I think there's a tie on the fan. Let's see if we can get that. Actually, let's see what this thing is right here. You see wine bottle, or you see bottles in the bathtub. Wine, beer, and sweet liqueurs. And then there's a door. Oh, it's white. I think white means you can't do anything. Okay, we've got a mirror.
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Was this not the same Elo that founds empires and lays waste to cities, virile, uncaring towards the little things?
I'm not sure I actually understand some of the words in there.
Probably not.
I guess it doesn't matter.
Hot water sprays from the faucet's base, and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the vague impression of a man. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor.
Really? Nothing?
Really? All recollection of the person you are, the people in your life, and even the world you're in has drowned in a sea of blood alcohol. This was no mere night of drinking. It was a deluge of world-ending proportions.
Let's wipe the mirror.
As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror.
Let's just get it over with. Wipe the mirror.
Behold.
Scary dude. That's us. It's kind of a nice watercolor or painting type style, art style here.
You have no idea who this thing is, do you?
Of course I do. It's some kind of superstar. I think I'm a superstar.
It appears you're also dead. There's on your face. Wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why?
I think it might be because I'm a superstar.
Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself.
No, this is what superstars do. Keep making the face.
You can't, can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face, and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey?
I mean, obviously superstardom.
You should check yourself for a pulse. Superstar. From here it looks like a cadaverous spasm.
No, I don't want to know.
Good call. Go ahead and try something if you like. Or, stop staring into the mirror.
Okay, so 50-50 chance of this digging deep into our mind to locate the source of the expression. Let's go for it.
It belongs in the third decade of the current century. Enough time had passed from the failure of the revolution that, for a fleeting moment, free market economy seemed like the ultimate, uncontested way of life for our species.
Okay.
Things were good. It was smooth sailing. People made gold and champagne-tinted interiors and facades to suit the times, calling this the new style. But more importantly, disco happened. For Revachol, your city, That meant only one thing. Guillaume le Million. If it doesn't rhyme, you're not pronouncing it right.
Mm-hmm. See, we're drama. We know this stuff. We know it well.
Out of the dazzling swirl of disco music, in an open-air boîte de nuit, somewhere in Revachol West, Guillaume's blonde mane appeared on the screen. He sang some bullshit. Then he made the expression.
So before we move on, one of the options that the game offers is to make this text here, this in-game text, is very large. So I cranked it up as large as possible so that anybody watching maybe on a phone can potentially read it, even though obviously it's being voiceovered to you. But if it's too big and you want to be able to see all the options so we don't do the scrolling, go ahead and drop a comment down below and we can mess with it a little bit. So I adopted it. This is the expression. Why?
Everyone loved it. Maybe you thought some of the stardust would rub off on you. Maybe it did. Either way, it's all gone now. Only the grimace remains.
How long ago was the new?
Some 20-odd years. There is a vast ocean of time between right now and the expression. Looking good on you, or anyone. Humanity has run aground in that time. It's a different world now. The expression is a relic.
All right, let's see if there's a number 5 here. I feel the need to add a clicking sound when I make it. Click, click.
The click is used to spur on a horse. It also features heavily in Guillaume le Million's regional mega hit, Don't Worry, Your Pretty Little Head.
About anything else? Like, who am I? Why did I drink myself into oblivion?
You have some understanding of the near history of disco. The rest is darkness, aside from the useless fact that the motor carriage outside was a caprice canema.
Okay, I guess that's it.
It doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne cork smile whenever you want to. Maybe some of the stardust will return.
Should we give this thing a shot? 3%. Let's do it.
It's too late.
And we failed.
Image on film. The expression belongs to your primary motor cortex. It would take a minor neurological miracle for you to cease producing it.
All right, I guess we can't stop making the expression. Let the mirror be for now. All right, what else we got here? Okay, let's go get this tie.
This fan has 2 chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades.
Yeah, that's definitely our tie. Ooh, we have almost no chance of making it. But I feel like our guy would think that he could do it well.
You reach out to grab the tie, but what's this? Diffuse, radiating chest pain. Doom comes over you.
Oh, shit. It'd be terrible if we had a heart attack and that ended the playthrough right now.
This is bad. Feels like sharp stones grinding in your chest and keeping you from moving. For quite a long time.
Oh, shit.
Still ongoing. Now is a good time to start worrying.
That would be epic if they just killed him off right at the beginning.
Finally, the pressure recedes.
Well, what's this?
You find yourself covered in cold sweat and trying not to move, hoping it will keep you from dying.
Okay, we can't grab the tie anymore, so let's pull on the fan.
The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now.
Oh, I think the fact that this is white means we can do it now. All right, so we've got a 72% chance. +3 because the fan is turned off. Here we go.
Oh no, it's happening.
Oh, shit.
Numbness in your left
We're gonna die.
plus half your chest.
Grab our arm.
It's even worse this time. Maybe you should stop trying to catch the tie.
Maybe we should.
Still happening. Definitely worse than the last time. Finally, the stabbing recedes. You could try doing it again to see how painful it gets, but you would probably die.
Oh, we have to put skill points into, I guess I can't do it, but you have to put skill points into savoir-faire to open this white check. So white checks are redoable. But we don't have any more savoir-faire. We don't have any points to distribute. All right, let's try turning on the light.
Terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically feel the photons burning a hole in your brain.
Yeah, I've been hungover. Maybe a bunch of you have. Let's just turn those lights off.
The lights are off.
Okay, we're done with this fan and the tie, damn it. All right, what else we got? We've got this yellow thing. It's a window.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in.
We're going to assess the damage because we have a 97% chance of making this.
The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside.
Did I break it with my own hands? Let's look at them.
A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent.
What did this then?
More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact.
Wait, what am I doing?
Something you've done before.
Oh, assess the size of the impact.
It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist. Like the green shoe that's on the hat rack in the corner. Coincidentally, is missing its friend.
Aha, mystery solved.
Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you can still find the other on the balcony outside. The door to it should be outside your room.
I don't need it. I don't need anyone.
The window agrees. Its cracked smile is cold and sparkly.
Well, look, we got experience for doing that. And then we also got this thing here. What is this? Internalize. Thought cabinet? What are these? Sort thoughts. Oh, okay. These are thoughts we've discovered. Whatever happened to Guillaume Le Millon, who, with his amber mane and sparkling teeth, beguiled the tattered remains of the nation? While you suffered and suffered, did he dematerialize in a cloud of cocaine dust, or did he simply stand in the corner and melt into the slendering new lines of some starlit boîte de nuit? My French is obviously horrible. 20 years ago. Spare a thought for his great ass, too. Or wait, maybe he became a police officer in Revachol West. So, I don't know. This is the problem. Temporary research bonus, -1. Logic, head in the clouds. -1. Temporary research bonus, -1. Let's try this internalize thing. Okay, we have -1 logic because we are focused on Guillaume de Le Millon. Whatever. We'll figure this stuff out later. All right, let's do this. This magnum-sized bottle of Commodore Red is empty. Looks like someone tore out the tape while the song was playing. This reel-to-reel tape player is still on, rolling empty. And the only thing left is the shoe. So let's take that. Just the left foot. See, so that's what's here. We just have green shoe, left foot. All right, and there's nothing else we haven't explored here, so let's go out our door. Look, this guy's wasting a ton of water up here. Jesus. All right. Oh, there's a girl here. Oh, and there's a radio giving a weather report. Calendar here? The calendar says it's March. The year is 51. Okay, here we go. Let's talk to this lady.
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips.
Class G. Miss Orangey Disco Dancer.
A silver jumpsuit falls off her like scale armor, sparkling. This is the sparkle of too many nights out on the city.
Officer, am I military personnel?
No.
She seems perplexed by your question. Wait, I know. I'm a businessman. Chief Executive Officer, right?
The young woman shakes her head slowly. Officer could be an artistic statement. You're already prone to those.
Oh, yes. Officer is my stage name, right? I could see myself as a middling disco artist called The Officer. You're shitting me.
Not. Unless you've been shitting us all this time.
She takes another drag. All this time?
You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less.
And what business is that?
I didn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
Look how far away he's standing from her.
You have no doubt about the drinking. But do you strike yourself as a tight-lipped drunk? She must have heard something.
I think there's another one down here. Oh, look at this. There's a suggestion. Try the expression on her. Let her know you want her physically. 3%. Hold on. Let's see what else we got here. Who in their right mind would let me be an officer of the law?
Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer.
Why don't I remember being a cop or anything else?
Could it be because of the drinking?
She raises an eyebrow. The cigarette sizzles. Let's try this. Let's try the expression on her. 3%. Here we go. Cross your fingers. Ooh, it cannot be retried. Ooh. All right, here we go.
Try the expression.
Oh my God.
Still doing this.
3%. We made it. Oh, 6 and 6. I think it's critical. Yeah, critical success. Nice. I'm at death's door, bloated, a goner, and still. Does the longing ever stop?
Alcohol raises testosterone levels, especially in men. The levels remain elevated after inebriation ends and the pain begins. You seek comfort. It's only natural.
Oh, well, she's got a little bit of psychological training, I guess.
She puts out her cigarette.
I guess the expression didn't work, huh?
She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
And now, it never stops. Goodbye.
All right. Well, goodbye to you, I guess. Okay. Cigarette butt. Looks like she left a nice long stub in the ashtray. It's still smoking. Check it out. Oh, wait, it's white. No, it's green. Let's try it.
The door is closed.
Ooh, let's knock. Maybe the expression actually worked and she's waiting for us.
There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on somewhere inside.
Let's knock again.
Still no answer.
You know what? I think she wants us. You know, that's how we feel.
Still nothing.
Okay, well, I'm not going to try the handle because that's just creepy. So we'll leave, and then let's go over here by that radio, see if we can do anything with that. Oh, what's this?
You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray.
Whoa.
Light it up and smoke the living shit out of it.
Am I a smoker?
Who knows what you are? A monster, a murderer, the gnome of Jeroma? You feel like a smoker, especially when you look at that juicy, succulent, seductive cigarette stub, still smoldering deliciously.
But she broke it at the filter. I can't smoke that, which is just bullshit. You can definitely smoke filterless.
How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette, or better yet, an entire pack. Strike that. A carton. Make sure they're all healthy and able-bodied. Then smoke them all.
I should enthusiastically do that.
Good. They'll make you stronger and better. You're too old to be cool now. But find cigarettes, smoke them, blam. Instantly a cool renegade man. A mystical red dragon with smoke rising from his nostrils.
Yeah, it sounds like the Marlboro Man.
Plus, smoking
Oh.
them gives massive bonuses.
Ooh, massive bonuses. We also got a task. Yep, here it is. You need to get your hands on some cigarettes and then smoke them for those massive bonuses. Find a pack, put it in your hand, and the smokes will do the rest. All right, well, okay. All right, let's go. Is there anything else? Nope. Okay, can we do anything? No, we can't do anything that's right. Oh, there's something here. Oh, there's something there. Wait a minute. There's something on the table. Well, I know. Thank you. Money. Ooh, 40 real. Or 0.40 real. Okay, that's a door. Let's go out here. Okay, another yellow thing. The smell of the sea makes you dizzy. What can we see? Okay, I'm hitting tab. All I got is the door. Let's go around here. There's a Whirling in Rags, the place we're staying. Oh, here's something over here. Let's go check that out. Oh, what's this red business? Oh, there's our other shoe, unsurprisingly. And then we've got red. A gust of briny wind washes over you. Oh, I guess the red... Wait a second. Whoops. How do we... Oh, yeah. Okay, the red is physique. And here are our shoes. Oh, wow, our savoir-faire is down by 2. Jeez. Oh, the snakeskin shoes reduce our savoir-faire. What did they add? But +1 composure. Okay. All right. Yellow.
There they both are. 2 identical shoes. Both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin. Reunited on your feet.
We got 10 experience. I guess there's leveling in this game. Task done. Here we go. We have a done task. Find our other shoe. Closed at Monday at 8:33. All right.
Like 2 baby crocodiles.
Wait, these do not look like normal cop shoes.
It's pretty clear a normal cop is not what you are.
How do they fit?
Good. They're balanced. Comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told.
And that was some weird, I think this is morale. Yeah, and then this is health. So we got some morale restoration thing. There's a door down here, but we can't get to it. So let's go over here. Is there anything else? Hello. Okay, we'll go back in this door. All right, I guess we'll go around. There were some stairs over here, and we can see there's a downstairs. Oh, here's something. Hey, slow down, buddy. The weekend edition of the satirical newspaper Trompe le Monde. Oh, look, I can zoom out? Oh, my God. Well, all right, I'm a little slow. That's why my little banner says I play games poorly. Let's go down the stairs. Oh, okay. Cutscene? No, this is the floor below where we were. And there we are. Looking around. Do we have a mullet? Summer door closed for the winter. Let's check out this sheet music holder. This is where the lyrics would be. This is actually neat. This plywood sitting on top of whatever the heck those things are called, which I can't think of right now. And then this is a big old karaoke mic just waiting for someone to sing into it. Can we get up on the stage? Because our dude would sing for sure. It does not look like I can do anything to use it. Okay, let's go check this out. The speaker is connected to the radio. The music is seasoned with static. Let's talk to this guy over here.
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again.
This guy is named Garte, the cafeteria manager.
Everything is cool between you and this guy. He's a big fan. Make some small talk.
We failed an empathy check. Are you the bartender?
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
What's the difference?
I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar here, not me. I'm only standing in.
Where did the Sylvie go?
She just, you know.
His eyes dart from left to right. This man
drama.
isn't lying, but he is hiding something.
We succeeded at a drama check. Of course we did. She just what?
So now you're a cop. Oh, forget it.
Look at the stuffed bird.
A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. This is the great skua, The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the Insulindian Isola, the part of the world you are in right now.
That's the great skua, right?
Look, your buddy is over there.
He looks at the doors where a man in a bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor.
Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
What do you mean, my buddy?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead.
All right, our only choice is to leave. This guy's kind of a jerk anyway. What do we got? Let's look at some of this other stuff. The menu has been wiped clean. Only the word Monday is written on it. Oh, we passed some kind of check. A woman's hand wrote yesterday's menu. Today's starts in a man's handwriting. So I guess that's Garte, and maybe Sylvie wrote it yesterday. This is a water cooler. A large bubble is rising to the surface. The soft purr of an electric juicer comes from the kitchen. Someone is working. The door is bolted. A sign reads, "Kitchen reserved for personnel until 1300. Okay. Is there anything else? No. Wait, did we? Yeah. A sign reads, "Mess hall reserved for union members. Doors open at 1600. This Royal pinball machine is unplugged. That's a funny looking pinball machine. All right, so we've got two people here. Why don't we talk to this guy who's clearly our buddy?
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You.
Because this guy's name is Kim Kitsuragi.
As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting.
Let's shake his hand. Or no, we won't, because we want to be enigmatic. We want to above it all, maybe. A little mysterious.
Hello. I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he is waiting for your name.
We have an 83% chance to invent a name, and we actually lose a little bit because we're partial to the officer, but let's do it. We're going to invent a name. Or we could just say, just call me officer? No, let's invent a name.
Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau.
Oh, we failed. Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau. No relation to Jacques, I guess. It's very cool, but won't it come off like a douche if I call myself that? My name is Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau. This guy has no concern. He doesn't even process what you just said, just moves on.
Not for a moment does he believe that's your real name. He casts it aside as an intradepartmental joke or a peculiarity he doesn't understand.
This is because we can read lies, or we can tell if people think we're lying or are doubtful.
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
You mean him? Nod towards Garte. Yeah, I just talked to him.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
Yes, the police. I'm aware I'm a policeman.
Right. And the interviews?
He taps his foot, more out of habit than impatience. What interviews?
At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice.
I haven't.
Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
I don't like dead bodies.
Sure. But did you take it down from the tree?
Look, man, yeah.
Does that mean the body is no longer in the tree?
Dead body?
Mm-hmm.
No.
So, the body is still in the tree.
We're kind of a dick.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
How can you be so sure I'm from the
I
police?
was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the Citizens Militia on your sleeve and on your back.
He points to your jacket, to our jacket.
I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. But for now, I'm going to set those possibilities aside. I'm not from the Inspectorate General.
Inspectorate General means internal affairs. What he's saying is he's not from the Rat Squad and isn't supposed to suspect such things.
Ah, you mean the Rat Squad.
No need for derogatory terms. They're only doing their job.
You said insignia. These white rectangles, you mean? And then we point to our sleeve. But they're just white rectangles.
They bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM and a pattern resembling the street grid of Revachol West. I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage, but again, it's none of my concern. I just need you to do your job.
But shouldn't I have a badge or something? Check our pockets.
You mean you don't have a badge?
Pretend you found it. Pretend we found it. I have my badge. I'm a policeman, and I have my badge.
If you didn't have
Whoa.
a badge, then that would be very bad. You would need to report it on my shortwave. But since you do have it, we can go straight to the task at hand.
Okay. And look, new task. Report your badge. Report your badge missing. Okay, so fine. Let's roll.
After you, officer.
Okay, so we have 2 tasks. Oh, 3 tasks. Now, report our badge missing, interview the cafeteria manager, and inspect the victim's body. Okay, let's go.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting with him.
Okay, well, let's try doing that now. I want to talk about you.
Me?
Yes, you.
I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation.
We'll work better together if we have more rapport.
That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know?
Tell me a secret about yourself.
No.
Let's ask again.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. Something is paralyzing them. You're pretty sure it has something to do with the lieutenant's eyebrow.
What's happening to me?
Something the matter, detective?
What's going on? It's like you're a puppet in his hands.
Oh, look at this. Legendary challenge. Oh, and we really booted it. Give up. There's nothing you can do. Oh,
The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow, and you seem to regain control of yourself.
All right, hold on 1 second. The music just kicked in. Weird. All right, I have turned off the music because that was crazy. What else can we ask him? Do you ever talk to yourself?
What do you mean?
You know, when you're thinking, do you ever have conversations with, like, your brain?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary.
So you're saying your brain never just chimes in with advice or warnings or anything?
I can't say that it does, no. When I need to think, I just use my notebook.
The lieutenant produces his small blue notebook and idly thumbs through a few pages. We all have our different mediums. His is written. You're super lucid, yet psychedelic. You don't need office supplies to connect to your nervous system. You're special.
All right. You don't look like other people around here.
It's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's not an interesting topic.
What is Seoul?
It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity and a geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be interesting.
Seoul is a protectionist, isolationist, pan-Isolari state west of the Insulindian Isola. Actually, it's quite interesting. Some would even say mysterious.
How about How about you're only making it sound uninteresting? I still want to know more about Seol.
Barking up the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never been to Seol. I'm a regular Revacholier.
A point of pride to him.
All right. That's all for now.
Good. Let's change the subject.
Tell me about the case.
What do you want to know?
Would you say this is a mysterious case?
No, it's not a particularly mysterious case.
Why not?
The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that.
Okay, so the case probably isn't mysterious, but could it be sexy?
There was some interest in this case at my station, but not for the reasons you have in mind. You seem to wish there was
Are you sure there's not some sex angle we should be considering?
Good point. Martinez is famed for its occult sex murder rites. We'll get on it immediately.
The weary tone is the surest indicator that the lieutenant is being sarcastic.
You're being sarcastic, aren't you?
It can still be an otherworldly sex mystery in your head, with a dark twist even.
What is going on in this face here?
He's basically challenging you to sex it up with some lurid twist. Don't get right into it. Sit on it a bit. Then hit him with it.
All right. If we're from different precincts, why are we on the same case?
I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition.
What do you mean?
Don't know. I assumed you were in on it.
You know what I'm in on? Retrograde amnesia.
Better still than an imbecilic cop-off.
Cop-off?
Just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim.
You should tell me now. This seems relevant.
Later.
His voice is...
Anything else you wanted to know about the case?
His voice was unflinching when he said that, I guess. Actually, I have all I need for now. Let's see what we got as a task. It's a pissing competition. Apparently there was a pissing match between Precinct 41 Hours and Precinct 57 Kim's. Ask him about this after the initial inspection of the body is done. Okay. What do we got here? Convince Kim there's a sexy dark mystery twist in the case. We're going to sit on this because that's what it told us to do. You seem to be following me. No, we're just going to be done talking to him for now. Let's talk to this lady.
Hello, sweetie.
This is Lena, the cryptozoologist's wife.
Wait, who's Sweetie? Her eyes move up and down your person as though taking your measurements. Her attention is scientific.
Does that mean you like me?
You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin. But dear, you're not for me. I'm too old and too married besides. You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself.
She slaps herself on the forehead.
I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
Her eyes glitter over the rims of her glasses as she looks up, smiling.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
How'd you like to roll with me?
Whatever do you mean?
I want you to be my wheelchaired partner in fighting crime, ridding backyards of corpses and catching sequence killers.
Sequence killers? Oh my. But I think you already have a partner, sweetie.
A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree.
I know, but there are always side mysteries, sequence killers and forays into the paranatural.
I can assure you, with absolute certainty, there are no sequence killings taking place in Martinez.
Now, gentlemen, no need to squabble. I wouldn't be of much use to you anyway, sweetie.
Why? 3 heads are better than 2.
Thank you, but Martinez isn't the most wheelchair-accessible place, you see. I'd slow you down. Perhaps another time.
I've got to get going now.
Of course, dear. Good luck with your case.
Probably should have asked her about the chair, but let's move on to the manager. Let's see, what else can we hit? Yeah, okay. All right, Garte, we're coming for you. Oh, look, these aren't green anymore, but this is? Wait, maybe we didn't hit this thing. Oh, we did hit it. This is Nosafed. Oh. I thought we... Oh, it's a health thing. Nice. Is it in our inventory? Tools, items? Nope. I guess it just instantly gives us health? I'm not sure. Alright, let's talk to this guy.
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
So it does look like we've just sort of got a charge of extra health. So maybe if we get hurt, we'll automatically use that Nosafed. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Mr. Gart, right? You run this place.
Yes.
He responds tersely, although it did sound terse.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41.
He looks to us, realizing he still doesn't know our name. I'm currently in between names, or the Harbinger of Ruin. I'm currently in between names.
Fantastic.
Kim is about to say something. Let him.
Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene. It also took you a while to call us and report the dead body. It was you who placed the call, yes?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
We got another task, seeing who reported the crime. He looks behind a pile of coasters, finds a slip of paper, and hands it to the lieutenant.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many, many cafeterias I manage.
It was 3 before, now it's many, many. This guy is all puffed up.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective.
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions.
Right then. Questions. I got this.
This place expresses profound doubt in your having this.
I don't like this Gart guy.
Ask him about the body's location before asking if he killed him. People give up information in the more innocuous questions, which you can later use in the more sinister ones, not vice versa.
Let's follow that advice. Where exactly is the body?
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there.
And how do we get there then?
That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through.
This man means the heavy cavalry of the innocents Franco-Negro, sweeping over the plains and nations of the enemies of mankind. 5th century style, unified currency and the concept of cool came in their wake. They wore lamella and carried guns. But first and foremost, Franco-Nigerian heavy cavalry was really, really wide. That hole in the fence must be enormous.
The cavalry was really, really wide. So this is actually one of the things it says on the description of the encyclopedia skill, that it can actually overwhelm you with too much information if you if your skill with it is too high, which I feel like this is definitely straying into that territory. Why did Sylvie go away?
Haven't you asked me that already? What is it with you and this woman? She has nothing to do with this.
No, before I asked you where. Now I'm asking you why she left.
Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number. That's why Sylvie went away. I hope you appreciate that.
Look, we got experience.
Thank you.
The lieutenant says. He opens his little notebook at the cover. The number is safely tucked away in his small pocket. Mystery solved.
Because I thought you were supposed to be investigating the lynching, not my employer conduct.
This stuff gets on my nerves. I'm a feminist.
What?
Do you have a phallus in your ear? I said I'm a feminist, or I'm a feminist. I'm not a feminist. I just wanted to see the look on your face. That seems more like it's up his alley.
What are you, a chauvinist then? Ha!
He smiles until he realizes his comeback wasn't very good. Then he frowns again.
Yeah, it wasn't very good. Who killed him?
I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job.
This is it. He said they hoisted him up on a tree. Who is this they, if he doesn't know?
Did you kill him?
What are you, crazy? Of course I didn't kill him.
Before you said they hoisted him up on a tree, who did you mean by they?
Oh, people are saying it was the union dock workers, that it was a lynching.
Who exactly is saying that?
The locals, the customers, the people who eat here. A lot of dock workers eat here. Sylvie told me everyone knows the dock workers did it.
Did the debarders themselves tell her this, or is it a rumor?
He seems to be talking to Sylvie a lot, too.
I don't really know. You'll have to ask her.
Why would the dock workers lynch this
I
man?
would suppose it's because they have nothing better to do.
He's not in favor of the dock workers or their strike or whatever.
You mean the strike?
Oh, there you go.
Yes, the strike. The man they hanged was a security guard for the harbour company, I hear. A mercenary. The unionistas probably thought they'd send a message.
I have another
The
question.
lieutenant turns the page in the little notebook he's been scribbling in.
Oh, we don't actually have more, so that's all. Whoa. Ooh, we got 30 experience and finished that task. So here it is in, who made the call reporting the crime? Call Sylvie using Kim's shortwave to ask whether she made the call. And here we interviewed the cafeteria manager. All right. Can I click this? I can. Let's go.
Not so fast, Mr. Feminist. You owe me 130 real.
I feel like this guy, even though he doesn't have a lot of savoir-faire, he feels like he does. So we're going to try to slip away unnoticed. Oh my God. We just flipped him off. Look at this.
Then you've suddenly turned around and are giving him the finger, furiously, with both hands. Why?
Oh my God. The lady in the wheelchair is right behind me, isn't she? Why did I do this? Why did I have to use both my hands to flip him off? Why both? Fuck you, asshole. Let's do... No, let's commit. Fuck you, asshole. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Poor Lena. Oh my God, what happened? Oh my God. We're such an ass.
Everything goes dark.
Oh, Jesus.
Back so soon.
I think we're dead. I had an accident so worth it. This does not need to happen. I gave no such commands to my body. How about I had an accident?
It was no accident. Those were disco moves from your spinal cord. The spinal cord has yet to reveal itself to you. Its mysteries are unholy mysteries.
We can choose, wow, there's more of you hidden? I'm so cool. Or, I don't know, that just comes off as a lazy effort at reconceptualizing the antics of a shambling drunk. I like that one. Let's do that.
If it comes off like that, it's because it is. And you are. I was wrong to let you go. I should have kept you here. Is it bright where you are? Is it terrifying? Have you felt the love?
I sure as hell haven't felt no love.
That is too bad. We all need a little love. Are you okay?
No, you have sustained a trauma to your lower neck. In addition, you have strained your left trapezius muscle. Pain surges down your back when you move.
So we got something going over here. We lost some health, and we've got one charge, but let's see what happens. No, are you okay?
The chair took the brunt of it. Don't worry.
That was awesome.
Are you sure, ma'am?
Yes, yes. Check on him.
Yeah, Gart, check on me.
Sir, I didn't mean for this to happen. I'm sorry. This has always been a cop-friendly place.
The man seems shaken by the incident.
The drinks are on the house, okay? There were a lot of drinks on the tab. I still have to charge you for 3 nights and the broken window, though. That's 100 square.
He's shaken. Barter now and he'll cave in.
I won't pay for that window. Ouch. Grab your side.
Okay, fine. I'll take it off your bill. Sleep in a post-apocalyptic hellhole if you want to. Just know I won't give you another room.
Cool.
Not entirely cool. You still owe me 60 real for 3 nights stay. If you don't have it by tonight, I can't let you back up there.
He points upstairs toward our room.
And for God's sake, watch out for yourself.
Oh, we have another task, pay for damages. Let's just clear it off our list here so that it's not bouncing. Oh, we got a check.
Where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it.
I don't think I care. I don't think this dude cares. Okay, so what's next? Let's talk to Lena now that we've almost killed her.
Hello again, sweetie.
Let's see. Oh, are you okay? I'm very sorry I crashed into you earlier. Oh my God, Sweetie needs money. Does Sweeties get money?
Oh, sweetie, I heard your conversation with the manager about your financial troubles. When do you get your next paycheck?
What is a paycheck? I haven't seen any paychecks.
You must be joking. Although our pay does sometimes feel like a joke.
It's not easy to assert your right to a decent living wage when you don't have a strong union behind you. Maybe you should talk to Everard, the union leader.
Interesting idea. This Everard sounds powerful. Maybe you can wrangle some coins out of his pocket.
We don't have a good chance of tugging on her heartstrings. It's also a red check, so we can't retry it. I also don't feel like after we've almost killed her, we should ask her for money. So let's change the subject.
No, I'm so sorry I don't have money for you. If there's anything else I can do for you, just ask.
Are you okay? I'm very sorry I crashed into you earlier. I don't know what got into me. No. No, I don't think so. You seem to be in a chair.
Yes, dear. I'm a paraplegic.
A paraplegic is someone with limited or no ability.
Oh my God, this encyclopedia is out of control.
Paraplegia is caused by spinal cord injuries, like falling from a great height, or a grenade explosion.
A grenade? Did you fight in a war?
No, dear. I'm not quite that old. Although I was injured in the line of duty.
Were you a tightrope walker?
Nothing so extravagant, dear. Though what young girl doesn't dream of soaring over a crowd?
What did you do then?
I was a training and development manager at a rapidly expanding mail order shoe company. You'd think it would be a safe job, but I had to be everywhere, and, well, once I happened to be under some faulty scaffolding.
Oh my God, she was injured in the line of Zappo's duty?
I was lucky. This was almost 20 years ago, and I was compensated exceptionally well. One can only dream of such payoffs nowadays.
She runs her hands over the chrome wheels of her chair. Aha! Ooh, she's got a pimped out wheelchair. All right, thanks for clearing that up for me. Let's move on.
No problem.
And I've got to go now. Leave. Okay, let's see what Kim has to say. We can't, it's not 1 o'clock yet. No. All right, so let's see what Kim has to say.
Yes?
I still really want to do this, but convince him that there's a sexy dark mystery twist in the case. But let's see if we can get more Inland Empire first. Tell me about the case again.
Do you want to know?
Literally anything about it. I can't remember a single thing.
Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit.
The guy behind the counter thinks some union people hanged a man.
Then you are not that far behind, actually. Do you want me to brief you?
Brief, yes, that sounds good.
3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute.
Wait, does the briefing say who the victim was?
A security guard or worker of some sort hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth.
Which, of course, we got some of from Gart. Why didn't we know anything about the caller?
They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex.
Oh, that's very suspicious. Why hide themselves?
There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that.
Hold on. And the RCM is?
That's us. The Revachol Citizens Militia. We're the police in this city.
The RCM, or the Revachol Citizen Militia, is the police force you and him are part of. A self-organized peace corps of the occupied city of Revachol. The RCM operates within a legal twilight, yet its authority is rarely questioned. It's super useful to know this.
Of course. Yes, I understand everything now.
Just to be clear, we are police officers. It's our job to find the killer. That's the case. Uncover and arrest the killer.
I really want to ask him if it's mysterious again. Actually, I have all I need for now. And we still can't do this. You seem to be following me? No, let's go. Let's leave. Okay, so I think that's... Yeah, I think that's it for here. So we can go out this door. But I think we've reached a good place to call it. So feel free to offer suggestions and constructive criticism down in the comments section. I plan to post the next chapter of Officer Superstar's exploits tomorrow, so be sure to subscribe. That way, when YouTube notifies you, you can drop all the unimportant stuff you're doing and tune in. Thanks so much for joining me and have a great rest of your day or night. Also, subscribe.